On Sunday the 27th of May, I listened to Nicky Campbell's show, which I try to do every Sunday. I met Nicky in London a few times when I managed a property in the Maida Vale area, and I've always listened every Sunday if I can to his show. And one of the issues brought up last Sunday was regarding robots. There was a robot in the studio which answered questions, and Nicky spoke to it. And the talk was about how robots could destroy jobs for people. And I can confirm that's what will happen. For I attend shops in Glasgow and here in Largs, where I live, where there, in one particular shop I frequently use at Glasgow railway station, there used to be approximately 8 to 10 people worked in there. Now when I go in, there's one person at the counter and the rest are robots. So what kind of future has our children got when at the moment many of them are sleeping in the streets? Here in Scotland, in London, Birmingham, Manchester, all over the country, if they don't do 35 hours on their computer or going direct to companies for jobs, they are put off the dole. I have experience with one lad that I supported when they put him off. But what happens to those who don't have support from family or friends or for anybody? They have to sleep on the streets with no money, but they have to beg. And I think they find that the begging gets them more money than they get on the dole. And the government must, when they don't sign back on the dole, they must put them down as being working, which of course they're not. They're begging on the streets. In London, when I go to London to my club, I walk along Oxford Street. Every few yards there's a beggar. Not all British people, people who are coming here and don't have any money, don't have any place to live. They have mattresses, some people, in the pavement, and it's just terrible. And who's to blame? Young people are having their benefits taken away from them as well. I represent some lads with the government to keep their benefits. I've never lost yet with the government. I'm doing one at the moment, but I can't discuss that. Not at the moment, anyway. So, what kind of life is our young people going to have in the next generation? Young children are obese. They're going to dentists with holes in their teeth, large numbers of them. And hyper children, unfortunately, these children are not likely to recover very quickly. They give them medication at a very young age. We never had any medication in my childhood, and we were happy. No money, very little money anyway, but we were blessed with happiness and companionship, friendship, and all the other things that we had in those days. We were healthy, and that medical people called that the immune system. I have another name for it. But, however, the issue then went on to robots that the scientists are already starting to make, or they intend to make, and that's robots to give sex to human beings. That, to me, is a slap in the face to God, who created the human being. I met a scientist on a train travelling from Glasgow to Largs. He got off prior to Largs. His wife and a lady companion who backed me all the way on the train of what I said about God and spiritualism, etc. But the scientist obviously didn't believe in God. He went on about the Darwin theory, etc. And I let him carry on until he finished, and then I said, yes, it goes on, we change daily, here and now, the present day. So part of the Darwin theory is correct. But we never came from apes or monkeys. God created the human being. And so I agreed, and he was quite happy with me agreeing with what he said. But when I asked him, where and when did it all start? I got no reply. And we were coming to his stop, and he just said goodbye and went off. But I know, I don't theorize, I know there is life after death from the experiences I have had. After my healings in the 19th of September 2010, I found that I was also not interested in sex or even thought about it, and have remained that way ever since. And so an issue came up about the robots and scientists making robots that gave humans sex. To me, it sounds disgusting. How could a human being get love or affection from a robot, or sexual satisfaction even? I can't understand what sort of imagination these people have got. And I turned off after a while, turned the television off. It's the first time I've ever failed to listen to the program right through. But I was disgusted with the thought of human beings having sex with a robot. I don't know how you people who are listening to me feel about it, but to me it's a slap in the face to God, and in my opinion, disgusting. Thank you for listening, and God bless.